What is up, everybody, man? It's your boy AK. I'm here with another video, and I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. This one kind of triggered me a bit. Let's get into it. What is up, everybody, man? We are back, and this is the Lapeith Let's Talk show. And I mean, they're on every night. It's huge. I love the content. And actually, I wasn't even gonna shoot a video tonight because it's late. Like, it's actually morning, early. However, when I saw this specific video, like, it's just some things that were said in here that I think are complete and utter bullshit. So I had to call it out. And it's mostly by the men. I mean, the women, some of them gonna say shit. It's like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, cool. Whatever. You got your thoughts. You're a different species. But the men, though, yeah, I got a problem with it. All right, so this is where the shit get real. This is the shit that I got a fucking problem with, straight up. These two motherfuckers here, y'all can see my cursor on screen. These two motherfuckers here, yeah, I got a problem with this take. Let's talk about it. First, let's hear it, then we're gonna talk about it.
I gotta say this because it's really disingenuous that you would hate for losers. Like, why would you sit up here and normalize mediocrity?
All right, so first off, the reason I paused this here, this is what pissed me off. Like, dead ass. This right here is what pissed me off. This guy said, why would you advocate for losers, for mediocrity? How is the median the fucking losers? Like, how? Most guys fall somewhere in between the, say, the bottom 30% and the top 30%. So that's 60%. So most guys are in that like 40 percentile range, like somewhere kind of right in the median where it kind of goes up and down. So you on here call those guys, the majority of our fucking men, losers. That's what the fuck we doing right now. So because you make a little bread, we gonna call them losers. Like, that's most of the fucking men you know, bro. Like, you don't know all niggas who make 100,000, 80,000. What, you don't know that, bro. So that's what we doing. So the question I got for men like them, because you see the look on Anton's face where he agreed with this shit basically, and it's like, the question I have for them two is, what did your fathers and your grandfathers earn? What did they fucking earn? I bet you they didn't earn what you do. So does that make them losers? Like, where the fuck does this come from? Like, so you think because you make some money that make you a loser? Bro, half these dudes will fuck you up in real life. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, nigga, you might make $3 million a year, but can you protect your fucking wife? If it's just you and her walking on a dark street, can you? Yeah, I don't think neither one of them can, bro. I'ma just go and keep it a stack. I don't think neither one of them can. And they talk all that rah-rah shit. I don't make as much money, definitely not as Anton, but I'm good. I'm definitely over the fucking, that 6 figures. That's not even that's an afterthought to me right now. But you gonna disrespect the fucking regular guys? Like, at some point, you wasn't a regular fucking guy? Like, what the fuck is this? I'm 36. And 10 fucking years ago, I was fucking damn near broke. Like, I was damn near broke. I built this shit. I climbed my way out of that shit. But yet, you'll sit here and say the guys that are in that category with no other parameters whatsoever, the guys in that category are losers? Let's listen to the rest of this shit, because I told you this shit triggered me. Real talk.
Look, I don't spend as much as Anton spend every month. He got me beat by, I ain't gonna say how much because I don't tell everybody my money, but look, I find it really messed up that you would cape for these dudes, because we are in the greatest country in the world.
Yes,
and
sir.
If they step their game up, especially with all the opportunity out here.
See, that's a false fallacy. If they step their game up. What the fuck does that even mean, bro? The fuck does step your game up mean? Huh? Like, let's be real. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I came from the fucking gutter. Most of our men come from the gutter. They come out of poverty and single parent house homes where we don't fucking know what's next. We don't know what to do. There's nobody there to guide you. There's nobody there to teach you. And regardless of all this information that's out there right now, if you don't know where to look, you still won't get the information you need. You need to know what information, where to look, when to execute. If you don't know those three things, you can't be successful. So why sit up here and fucking lie? Like, this dude both of these dudes in their 40s. So now because you making some bread, you gonna act like in your 20s that you was rich then, right? No, the fuck you wasn't, bro. Stop it. Stop the capping. Everybody you fucking know, yeah, you might have built a circle now of successful men, but all your fucking friends ain't like that. All the men you respect don't make six figures. Stop that shit. Like, this is the shit that triggered me, because it's all bullshit.
A lot of these guys could make six figures. They just don't want to, because they're...
So a lot of these guys, what does a lot mean? So out of the median, a lot can make... Everybody can't fucking make that, bro. Like, and even if you understood an ounce of the psychology of it, of IQ points, like the IQ curve, right? And if you just look into it, you'd be interested. Also get your IQ tested. It's a good thing to know. Your kids too. It'll help you determine what they can strive for in the future. Don't be a fucking idiot running around hollering about, well, you can do anything. If I can do it, you can do it. That shit ain't true. Everybody doesn't have the same intellect. So everybody can't accomplish the same thing. Like, that shit's just not true. So for him to sit up here and spit this bullshit, like, most of our economy is set up systematically to keep the poor. The fucking school system, they put you there for all of these years to send you to college, to put you in debt, to come out and you don't have no fucking experience. Now you got to go and do what? Volunteer. You got to go fucking volunteer somewhere and be a volunteer coordinator. Like, oh, you got to go be a intern and go fucking work for free. That's what you got to go do. That's how they set this shit up. This shit is set up to keep the rich rich and the poor. Like, stop acting like the hierarchy is what people should just be. Well, everybody can achieve that. I mean, everybody. No, bro. So you telling me a man making 50, 60,000 in 2022 ain't all right? Now, first off, let's get something straight. Most of the country is country. Like, most of the fucking country is country, bro. I mean, I done only been to about half of the states in the United States, but every fucking state is 80% country, which means the cost of living isn't that high in every fucking state. It's the same as California. Like, oh, in California. No, well, if you talking LA, Hollywood County, of course, the fucking cost of living is high. SoCal, yeah. But in the poverty areas, the fucking hood is the hood. That shit ain't that high. The same as everywhere else. You can go find some shit way out in the fucking country and get you and buy a goddamn house or whatever you want. Like, this money, like, what the fuck are they even talking about? Like, in major cities in every single state, there's a lot of people who make money, right? But most of those people, even for that economy to run, them people don't make that much money. Think about it. All your essential workers, right? Your people who, and I don't mean like healthcare workers. I don't mean those. I mean your essential workers, like your trash men, your construction workers, your plumbers, your electricians, and some of those guys make up there, but most of them don't. Most of them don't, and it takes a lot of years to get up there. I know. Let's say the people who work at gas stations, convenience stores. Like, you need all of these fucking people. If everybody was making six figures, it'd be nobody to fucking work there, bruh. All the restaurants and shit. Like, what are you? This shit is so fucking crazy to me. Like, let's try to get through this last, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds of this video so I can rant some more on this shit.
There's so many people telling them it's okay. It's okay for you to make 40K, and it's not.
Nobody's saying it's okay to make 40,000. Nobody's saying that. But in some parts, that shit might be all right. He making 40. Say his wife, he making 35. That's 75,000 coming into that household, bro. They can live a good, decent fucking life. But the problem nowadays is everybody is materializing shit. And everybody is, oh, I want the this, I want the that, I want the nicest car, and I want the best this, and I want the nicest clothes and the chains and all that shit, all the Jordans and all of that. That's what the fuck I want. Nigga, that's not real life, bruh. None of that shit matters. Like, you gonna get more money to do what with? Most people don't even know. They never even teach you financial literacy. Where do we learn that shit? Where do we learn it? Nowhere. They don't teach little boys from the fucking hood about fucking financial literacy. They don't teach us that shit. And these niggas sitting here talking like it's just as simple as, well, if you just work hard. No. You want me to tell you something? I want me to tell you when I start making the most money, when I stopped working hard, when I started using this more than this, dead ass serious. When I was younger, I'm gonna tell you, you know what? I'm gonna tell the story now. When I was younger, here, let's switch scenes. Let's go back. When I was younger, I was about, my son was just born. My father-in-law got me on at the plant, right? So I'm 19 years old. I'm like, yeah, my girl, she just had my son. You know, he was happy and healthy, and you know, she was healthy, so I'm happy. And we were both still living with our parents then. I mean, we were young. So he gets me on at the plant. Now at the time I'm in college, right? And once I find out what I'm gonna make I'm like, architects, how much do they make? You know, that's what I was in college for, architecture, engineering. And I found out what they made, because we talking back in, 2008. And I'm like, that's the same money that these people talking about paying me over here, right? So I'm like, fuck it, I got a kid. I can't do both of these at the same time. So I'm gonna take a couple semesters off, go make some money. So I go, boom, go there and make some money. Now let me tell you how this shit's set up. So it's set up the same as pretty much everywhere else. You have the hierarchy, right? So you have the guy who's the foreman or the superintendent, whatever. He hires all the people for the job. Now what he does is he brings on his friends, their sons, their friends. He brings them on first. Let's say for the first 6 weeks of the job. And that's just to set shit up, get the job ready, the easy work, right? Then they bring niggas in like me. The ones who strong, who young, who want to fucking work, who hungry, they bring us in. And they beat the absolute shit out of you, bro. They will fucking work you until you die. Like, and I'm talking, this is plant work, like not no fucking driving around in no truck. I'm in a fucking Tyvek suit with an oxygen mat, with an oxygen tank on, because you can't breathe in there because it's acid. And I'm holding up a fucking 75-pound chipping gun, and I'm chipping acid, fucking bricks, shit falling on me for hours at a time. And we rotated every hour, because you could only be in there an hour, because like if you pass out in there, if the shit caved in, you had a rope tied to you. So if it caved in, they could find your body. That's the kind of work this shit was. So I'm there and I'm working. We laid bricks. We chipped out the old bricks, the acid stuff. We cleaned out the tanks. We laid new bricks all the way up to the top, right? Jobs like that usually take 6 to 8 months. Get there and I'm working my ass off. Boom, 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 boom. I'm killing it, killing everything. They got me, I'm mixing mud. I'm passing in bricks, right? This is the first thing I'm doing. So I'm passing this shit in. Now, granted, let's say 6 months go by, whatever, jumped a few jobs here or there, a few locations switched here or there. So we get to one location in Mississippi. Now, it's 2 hours away from me at the time. I was living in Baton Rouge, but it's 2 hours away. So we driving 2 hours every day to work a 12-hour shift, drive 2 hours back home every single day, 7 12s. So one day, maybe a month or so in, it's hot as fuck. Now, let me put it in your head. So we're on the 8th floor, and because of this plant and how many chemicals are there, we have to have on long sleeves to protect our skin if there are any chemical releases. So we got on long sleeves at 100 fucking degrees around all this hot ass plant stuff. Like, it's not cool in there because it's outside. So we 8 floors up. So I'm taking my brick loads in, and it's me and another guy that's supposed to be doing it. That guy doesn't show up. What do you think they do? You think they get another guy to help me? Fuck no. I got to do it by myself. So I'm passing in 2,000 bricks a day. 2,000 a day. First day go by. Second day go by. Third day go by. I'm passing in thousands of bricks. And I'm not talking about like bricks. Like I'm talking about like fucking bricks around your house, like 10, 15 pound bricks each. And then as you get closer to the nozzle, the bricks get bigger and bigger and bigger, heavier and heavier, all the way up to about 150, 200 pounds. So I'm getting all these bricks in, and one day I'm excited as shit. I'm like, bam, I got this shit done. You know, I'm motivated to get this shit done. I'm happy. I'm getting to work and make money and provide for my kid and provide for my girl. You know, she's my wife now, my girl then. You know, I'm excited. So I'm getting this shit done. But I don't know that my body's wearing down, right? So this was I don't know, maybe a Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. And I pass in, you know, my bricks, probably about a couple thousand plus 55 gallons of mud, which is like, you know, 60 pounds each per pail. So I pass those in, and I say, oh man, I'm good. You know, it's gonna be lunchtime. That's all I got to pass in for the next few hours. So I'm gonna go and take a break. So I go and I sit next to a pallet of bricks, and I sit down and I'm breathing. I'm like, yeah, you know, taking a little break. And then something happens. I can't move. Like I'm stuck. So I'm sitting down, back against the pallet, hands kind of on my knees. You know how you sit, you kind of slump down just to take a break, and I can't move. I can't get up. I can't speak. Like I'm talking to myself in my head, but I can't speak. And I'm wondering, like, what is this? What's happening? Like, am I dying? Like, is this a heart attack? But I didn't feel any pain. You know, I didn't feel any pain, but I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. So I told myself, they'll need you and they'll find you, but you got to make sure you keep breathing. So I keep breathing. So everything, I focus, the only thing I could do is look straight. Breath getting a little bit shorter, but I'm focused on breathing, right? Because breathing is what's going to keep me alive. I know that. Then they come and find me. They ask me, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? I can't talk. What's wrong? So they pick me up, pull me down. Now we up 8 flights. This outside, ain't no elevator. So they carry me down 8 flights of stairs. 8 flights of stairs. Get in the truck. Boom. We go to the doctor. Now they got a medic on site, of course. It's like a fucking 10 square mile plant, so it's huge. So there's a medic on site. I get in there, and it's like cold as shit, right? So they put all this ice on me. They take my clothes off, put this ice on my chest, put it on the back of my neck, put it on my lower back, basically all your heat points, put it on my forehead. And I want to say about 2 minutes in, I started feeling like the life like come back into me. It was almost like an out of body experience, right? Like I was there, but I wasn't there. It's like subconsciously I was there, but like physically I wasn't there. Like I didn't have any control over my motor functions. I couldn't do anything. But as I started to cool down, slowly my body started to come back up, and I started to like wake up, even though I was still conscious the whole entire time. Now, I said all that to say, the doctor told me, hey, you almost had a heat stroke. And I'm like, a heat stroke? What the fuck? Like I'm healthy as shit. Like I'm strong, I'm fit. He was like, yeah, that don't matter. Bad nutrition, because I mean, we work on the fucking road, bro. It's like the combination of bad nutrition, no sleep, overwork, and heat exhaustion. Yeah, you almost had a heat stroke. This is me at 19, right? So I called my wife. Well, she was my girlfriend then. I call her, tell her what happened. So her and her mom, they drive 2 hours to come get me. We go home. That was a Wednesday. So I didn't work that Wednesday and that Thursday, that Friday. So that Saturday, you know, I'm feeling good, you know, whatever. I'm feeling strong. I'm feeling healthy, you know. I go to my girl's house. I go to see my son. Of course, I'm seeing him every day. So I'm kind of over there every day, but my father-in-law isn't there because he's working, right? So I'm over there Saturday, and I'm over there all day and all night. So I'm there until he gets home. So he gets home so you work 6:30 to 6:30, get home about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I'm there at that time too, because I want to, you know, put my son to sleep. So I put my son to sleep, and I see him, and he's like, well, yeah, Bubba and them, they they saying they need you back. They need you back. When you gonna come back to work? And that's when I knew these people don't give a fuck about you, bruh. It don't fucking matter how hard you work. I fucking could have died 8 stories up. Nobody fucking called me the next day, 2 days after, 3 days after. Nobody called me. They sent a fucking message through my father-in-law that basically tell me they needed me back at work. That's when I knew then that hard work didn't pay off for other people. When you work hard for other people, that's when I knew I had to use my intellect and work smarter and not harder, because harder wouldn't get me anywhere. And I said all of that, told you that long ass story to tell you that this is how the system is designed. So how can two successful guys get on here and spit this bullshit about, oh, people tell them it's okay? Who the fuck says it's okay? Who the fuck is going around saying, yeah, 40,000 is okay? No, people are beating up on the average fucking guy making 40 to 50,000 a year. People are beating the shit out of these guys. The women, oh, it ain't enough. I need a man 6 figures. The men, oh, you got to level up, bro. You got to get your shit together. Like, who the fuck is saying it's okay? Nobody. Everybody is basically shitting on these guys. And I'm here to say, yeah, that's bullshit. I'm here to say that's bullshit. I'm here to fucking stand up. You know why? Because 10 years ago, I was that guy. Me, I was him. Now I make quadruple that. But I was him. At some point, you was him. And you was him. Regardless of where the fuck you are, at some point, you were that guy. Like, you were that guy. So how you gonna shit on that guy? It's fucking crazy to me. Let's try to finish this last few seconds. I'm sweating. It's hot in this motherfucker.
It's horrible. It's terrible to make 40K. I
put that in like the first
and then they'll say, the woman's income doesn't matter. You need to live under what he's able to provide, sir.
So as you can see, this video triggered the shit out of me for real, because what they're saying is utter bullshit. I'm sorry. If I agree with you, I agree with you. When I see it, when I call I'm gonna call bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, as a successful guy myself, because I don't give a fuck what nobody say, where the fuck I came from and where I'm at. I'm good, bro. Like all of these motherfuckers. Because here's the thing, right? Like, let's say you make 200,000 a year, but you single, you by yourself. I don't consider you successful. That's not successful to me. Just because you met first off, anybody with no children, with no responsibilities, nobody to protect, nobody to cover, anybody can just go and fucking make money. You can just go and work and make money and save your shit and be smart, whatever. Anybody can do that shit. That's not complex. Everybody can do that. Work for somebody else and go save up some money and make some money. Get a good job, whatever. Nah. Where are the things that you're sowing into? Where are those things? Where are your children? How are they doing? Where's your wife? What does she look like? How's she doing? How's her health? What about her business ventures? Because if you can't pass that shit on to the next generation, to your XO, the executive officer, that's what I call my wife. That's my XO. Anything I need, she got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the captain, I'm the general, but she's the XO. Like, dead ass. Like, this shit is 1A, 1B. Like, we both still fucking one. And you get men up here like this that talk about just the money aspect. But there are guys who make money who are shitty fucking people, bro. Terrible fucking people. So I'll leave you with this. As a woman, what will you choose? Will you choose a guy that makes 150,000 a year, but he's a shitty fucking person? Or would you choose the guy making 50, 60 a year and he's a great fucking solid dude? I'm gonna ask you that. Because the guy who's the solid dude, he still has the potential to earn more. The guy who's a shitty person, that shit's never going to change. There's no man that's fucking 30 years old that's a shitty person, and by 40 they just a choir boy. Yeah, no, that shit don't happen. And I'm gonna leave you this with my guys. So the jobs that you've worked, you've been a supervisor, manager, whatever. How many guys that worked under you 5 years ago, how many of those guys are in the position you were in then? How many? Because leaders make more leaders. We make more leaders. If those guys that you had back then aren't doing better now, you part of the fucking problem, bruh. This been AK and I'm out. Peace.